What up, peeps? Tony Baker here, back with another movie review. This time I'm reviewing Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F. I was wondering, like, why didn't they just call it Axel Foley? And he's like, nah, Axel F. But I was like, oh, that's the name of the song, the iconic that's the name of that song. And so I think it's an homage to that. First of all, this is the first Beverly Hills Cop in 30 years. Like, the last one came out in 1994, Beverly Hills Cop 3, which they shouldn't have made. Because it wasn't good. It wasn't. We gonna set it up at an amusement park. That's where this is gonna take place. Who greenlit that script? Who was like, yo, let's take Beverly Hills Cop, let's put him in an amusement park. Yeah. Talk about fish out of water. Amusement park in Beverly Hills. Ain't even no amusement parks in Beverly Hills. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Six Flags, Wonder World. That premise was garbage out the gate. And the cold part is, Beverly Hills Cop 3 had the nerve to have the biggest budget of the three. The budget was $50 million. The second one, directed by the late great Tony Scott, that looked expensive. That looked like, man, this movie looks expensive. It came out '87. The budget was $20 million, but it looked like money because Tony Scott. If you're not familiar with Tony Scott, he directed The Last Boy Scout, Crimson Tide, Man on Fire, Top Gun. So his stuff looks very of the time. So like the late '80s, '90s, it has that look, but it looks like, yo, some money put in this. The first one looked more like, blue collar. Even when he went to Beverly Hills, it still looked 80s. But Beverly Hills Cop 2 had a sleeker look for sure. But the budget, you get $20 million. We at the amusement park, now we $50 million? At the amusement? I know amusement parks is pricey. But come on, man. $50 million for the worst. Action was solved. Anyway, don't get me started. Anyway, they are back 30 years later with the Beverly Hills Cop 4. First of all, I want to know why they just do it on Netflix and not release it theatrically. I feel like it could have made some decent money at the box office, especially with the success of Bad Boys. That franchise is still thriving. I feel like Top Gun Maverick blew everyone away with the numbers it was doing. So there's an audience for this type of, legacy sequel, if you will. Ghostbusters did cool, but still, why not just throw it out there, scoop up like 50, 60 million, 70, 80, and then, throw it on the streaming platforms and then boom. Because I know Netflix sometimes releases their movies theatrically. They did it for Knives Out, Purple Onion. Is that the name of it? Purple Onion? And Glass Onion. I knew it was an onion with some type of adjective. So I don't know why they didn't do that. But, here we are. Netflix. Eddie Murphy is back as Axel Foley. We got Taggart and Rosewood. Judge Reinhold and John Ashton return as well. I was hoping Ronnie Cox would return as well as Bogomil, but he did not. Paul Reiser is back as his friend Jeff, who's now a captain at the police station in Detroit. It has all the bells and whistles of a good sequel that, hey, man, let's take y'all back. Nostalgia. We gonna hit you with these beats. They got the same music, the iconic music from both Beverly Hills Cop films, which I appreciated. And we get right into it. Axel is still a swindler, con artist, former criminal who turned into a cop. So he has those ways. You're not going to tell him no. He's going to try to find a way to work his way through things. Even in the beginning, he's like, yeah, only reason I came to this hockey game because I'm watching these criminals over here. It's like, slickster. You slickster. Eddie Murphy is still sharp, still funny. He's aging well, so it's just good to see him back. Now, he has a daughter in this movie who's a defense attorney. She's working with Rosewood, and Rosewood ends up getting abducted by this cartel that wants the person that Eddie's daughter is defending. They're trying to frame him for the murder, so she's trying to defend him, and they like, nah, you ain't gonna mess this up. So they kidnap Rosewood. That's what brings Axel Foley back out to Beverly Hills to wreak havoc on the streets and on the minds of unsuspecting employees who are about to get conned out of something by Eddie Murphy. Taylor Page plays his daughter. Axel is paired up with a young detective played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who I always like. And their chemistry is good. Like, I like how they play off one another. The F-bombs are there. It's still rated R, which I appreciate. You know, don't get soft. If you're going to start off rated R, stay in that vein. Don't be getting soft. All right? We done with the soft, man. Everybody grown, everybody cussing. Your first graders are cussing right now on school grounds, right here, right now. At the merry-go-round, full cuss. These kids are smoking cigarettes and just at the merry-go-round, hating and cussing. All right? Babies is cussing out here. Let's quit being soft. The action is good. Some of the set pieces are dope. In typical Netflix fashion, the movie looks super colorful. Beverly Hills Cop 2 was colorful as well, but Beverly Hills Cop 2 had an ashy color to it, like a dusty, sunsetty look that Tony Scott films had earlier in his career. So you get that Netflix look, I guess. I feel like they got a certain aesthetic that they like to stick to outside of like House of Cards, where David Fincher was like, look, I'll make my movies dark. Don't be coming in here trying to be all colorful. That's not how I roll. It's going to be dark. David Fincher is like, turn the lights down. Turn it down. But we outside in broad day, turn the sun off. Turn the sun off. I know it's daytime, but I want it to look like the nighttime in the daytime. The chemistry between Taylor Page and Eddie Murphy, Taylor plays his daughter, is good. It's great. You know, they got a rift. They got beef to sort out, and that exchange is really good because they go from like at odds to him trying to be, you know, a dad. She's like, nah, don't bring that here. And, you know, she's resistant to him, but you see those shells cracking throughout the film, which I appreciated as well. The action was cool, but it really didn't matter to me. Like, it didn't have me on the edge of my seat or anything like that. But it was cool. It was like, all right, action. You know, we got an action piece. I mean, a lot of times, that's my biggest struggle with movies nowadays. The action doesn't really excite me all the time like I want. Like, I just watch it and just be like, oh, action. Rather than just being like, oh, snap. Oh, snap. You know, I'm always looking for that. So I really didn't get that. But everybody seemed happy to be there. It was a good time. It was good chemistry, good characters. So forget all that. Y'all want to know a smooth jazz review of Axel F. Well, here it is. Oh, yeah. I'm giving Beverly Hills Cop Axel F 3.5 saxophones out of 5. It's the third best film in the franchise, in my opinion. I'm putting 1 and 2 above it, but it's definitely halfway through the film, it surpassed the third one. Don't come in here with you, I actually like the third one. No, I don't want to. Don't come in here with that Home Alone 3 bullshit. Cause I know y'all are around. Like, actually, it was my favorite one. Really? Beverly Hills Cop 3 was your favorite in the franchise. You know what? We're not gonna do this, but forget all that. I want to know what you thought of the movie in the comment section below. Here's my thing about Beverly Hills Cop, though. How do you come up with that many con ideas? Axel Foley is always quick to be like, he'll walk into somewhere and be like, I'm gonna go in this hotel and get a free room and make up a whole story. And I'm just like, I wish it was that easy in real life. I wish I could go to 7-Eleven and be like, who's in charge of these bananas? I'm from the Agricultural Inspection Agency, man. Who's in charge of these bananas? And I want to walk out of there with a free bushel of 7-Eleven bananas, man. Don't judge me. Forget all that. All right, peeps, that's my review of Axel F. I want to know what you thought of the movie in the comment section below. I want to know how you would rank the movies in the franchise. Don't come in, like I said earlier, don't come in here with no Beverly Hills Cop 3 appreciation bullshit. You just want to go against the grain. You just want to be different. And I'm not falling for it. Don't get me started on Home Alone 3 either, man. All right? Sick of y'all, man. I actually like Home Alone. No, you don't. If Macaulay Culkin is not in it, it's not good. You give a damn, man. Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as usual, we out here.